Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 33 of our Supersize You annual challenge. This whole month we are talking about confidence, and this first week of the new month we are focusing on the foundations of confidence. And today's topic is the confidence-competence connection, because there's definitely a connection between the two. Now, I discovered this as a kid. I don't think people are born leaders or born confident or born with hardly any skills or abilities, except that we're uniquely miraculous human beings. And we adopt and choose what we're going to enhance and develop in ourselves along the way, this journey called life. Well, when I was in high school, I think I was a sophomore in high school, and I was involved in a lot of activities, but I hadn't really known much about the high school newspaper. That was back in the day when we had high school newspapers that were written and then we mimeographed them at night on production night. We're talking old school, no technology. We didn't have computers. We actually typed up the stories on a typewriter and had to fix them if they were wrong, things like that. But I was asked to write an article on teenage drinking in high school, because back then the drinking age was 18. And so, lo and behold, imagine this, there was a lot of drinking in high school. And I may or may not have had some insider knowledge on the particular topic. So I wrote this article, and I didn't know how to do it. I had no confidence in it because I'd never done it before. If you ever notice that when you've done something before or taken action on something, your confidence skyrockets because you've successfully done it, and your subconscious feeds you up all kinds of stories about how you've succeeded at something new before. But if you don't actually take action on it, then your subconscious feeds you stories of how you are afraid to try new things and things like that. So long story short, I ended up writing the article. It ended up turning out great, and it actually won some state awards, which was mind-blowing. And then after getting that little taste of okay, this is good, I obviously can do this, what happens if I get some wisdom and training in it? So I went to some journalism camps, and I got some more education and training in how to write, how to be a good reporter, which we see almost none of nowadays on the media, which is why I did not go the journalism route, but ended up being our co-editor of our high school paper, and then I went on to do it in college. It's always been an interest of mine. But had I not gotten more competent in that, I wouldn't have the confidence to do any of the things that I did in journalism. I won an award for the state level in journalism as well. So I say all this to remind us that true confidence comes from competence. The more competent we are, the more capable and able we are, and the more skilled we are at something, the more confidence we feel at doing that thing or participating in that thing. I'll give a business example in the Supersize Your Business community, because I've got literally tens of thousands of those where it's right outside my comfort zone, and I knew if I didn't take that step, think public speaking, making videos, getting a new job, switching industries, all kinds of things. The second thing I want us to remember is that when we can create a confidence-competence loop. I like to find things that loop and that grow and build on themselves. And this is one of those that you can. You take a little step, you successfully do something, it gives you more confidence. That motivates you to take that next step, which gives you a little win and builds your confidence. And that creates a self-fulfilling prophecy in a positive way to make us feel more confident. And confidence is just me believing in myself, me believing in my ability to figure it out. Normally we define confidence, or the area that we're working on, to us on day one when we go into a new topic. Didn't do that yesterday. We jumped right to auditing. How do we feel about our level of confidence in different areas? And then today we're just going to identify one skill. One little skill, can be anything, and I'll talk about some possible examples in a minute. Anything that you can do that will help build your confidence. Maybe it's just get outside and let the sun shine on your face, and if somebody walks by, say hello. Maybe it's go for a walk. Maybe it's just move your body or do some breathing exercises. It can be anything, but all of these things will help to increase our confidence. So, for example, we could let's just choose one skill that we want to develop. Now, I already know mine's going to be AI. Why? Because I'm a little afraid of it, and I know I need to get better at it. A lot of times I choose something physical, like I'll challenge myself to do a physical activity. Uh, I have some health limitations, so I have to be a little more careful than I ever was in the past on that, but I still do it. I might do a fasting or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll come up with mine and share it in the comments below, just like I'm going to ask you to. But you could choose that you're going to try some fitness related thing. Maybe you're going to try a new food. Maybe you're going to cook a new recipe. Maybe you're going to become more financially literate in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you're going to open your mail. I know so many people that come to me and talk to me about having stacks of mail that they're afraid to open. I'm like, all right, 98% of it is probably junk mail and should just be thrown away anyway. So we work on that. And then after you pick something, take one step and one action today. And this week for sure, move toward it. Maybe you get a book and read about it. Maybe you listen to a webinar or some YouTube videos about it. But find some way to move your knowledge and then practice it to increase your confidence. I had to watch a YouTube video on how to unstuff a toilet during 2020 because I was on my own. My kids were in Utah and out of state, and I needed to unclog a toilet during the pandemic. You weren't going to get a plumber to come out, so I had to figure it out. I watched a YouTube video. Who knew? Warm water, pour it down, close the lid, sit for 15 minutes, flush. Boom. Problem solved. You can find out how to do anything you want online and on the internet nowadays. There's no excuse for us staying stuck in our spot unless it's out of fear. But if we improve our confidence by taking tiny baby steps, that will lead to momentum. And before we know it, we'll be on that competence loop, improving and creating the life that we love and the life that we want. So what are some things to think about today? What skill have you been, and this is where I came up with AI, what skill have, asked yourself, what skill have I been avoiding because I'm intimidated by it? And I will say absolutely positively AI. I'm intimidated by it. I don't know why I'm intimidated by it, because I'm an engineer by training and profession, which is a pretty tough gig to get a degree in and go through college and things. So why would I think that AI is going to be hard for me? It's not. It's the same thing, the same way I felt when I first came online. Oh my God, how am I going to know? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do all this stuff, right? Then think about, who do you admire for their confidence? And then ask yourself, what competencies do they have that I might want to develop in myself? And I made a list of 10 people like that, their initials. So there are a lot of people I admire for their confidence and how they show up in the world. Many of them I'm sure you've heard of. Some of them you probably have not. And then thirdly, what's one small skill you could develop? Say, what's one small skill I could develop that this week? Let's do it. Let's say this week. What's one small skill that I could develop this week? And if I did, it would give me a quick confidence boost. One little skill. Mine's going to be, I'm going to tell you mine right now. Mine's going to be training Claude, which is an AI, to create something for me. Maybe they're called, there's things he can create called artifacts. So I'm going to have him create an artifact for me, which will be something that I put in my school community group to go along with this challenge. Yay. Am I a little intimidated? Yes. I don't even know how to do it, but I'll figure it out. And for our prompt today, share in the comments below one skill that you're committing to develop this month to enhance your confidence. Again, mine's going to be AI Claude, using it because I don't use it. I've got some prejudices against the whole AI thing in terms of, I want us to remember that we're human beings first and foremost, and that's how we need to show up and be in the world and treat other people like real human beings. And the more AI I see and read, the more my brain shuts off and says, this is just the same regurgitated information over and over and over again. And so I want to make sure I stay away from that as much as humanly possible. Maybe I will give Claude the human perspective through my eyes, I guess, as I train him. I see how to train chats in GPT and AI. I had no idea. All right. Obviously an AI newbie here, but I have friends that are incredible with AI. Maybe I'll have some in for Supersize Your Business guest speakers. All right. What are we doing today? Sharing one skill in the comments below that we know if we do it this month, It is going to make an incredible impact on our life. Could be anything. All right. Share the comments below. And if you have questions, all you have to do is ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.